Hi everybody, I'm Dawn Meifert and thanks so much for joining me on this edition of Here's the Deal. So recently we heard Mitt Romney say that uninsured Americans are still provided health care via the emergency room. As a matter of fact, I've heard a lot of Republicans say this. On his 60-minute interview recently, Romney referred to a heart attack patient saying, "We don't leave him to die in his apartment, we call an ambulance, they take him to the hospital, and they provide care." Well, what Romney is referring to here is the Emergency Medical Treatment Act. Now, ambulatory care is the single most expensive level of care that we provide, and this is the sticky wicket for him. He knows it. He used this very same argument, the cost argument, to advocate for Romney Care in the state of Massachusetts while he was governor. Now, how do these costs, the charity care costs, get picked up? Some of it gets written off as bad debt, tax deduction for the hospitals. Some of it gets sold to third-party collection agencies for pennies on the dollar, and some of it ends up getting absorbed by insurance companies. So they, in turn, raise their rates on those of us that are insured, or they deny coverage, one or the other. Now, under charity care, the only thing that a hospital, the only hurdle that a hospital has to meet is stabilizing the patient. So the patient comes in, they get him stabilized, they send them out, and the release is called self-release. So in an instance with someone that has recurring health issues, ongoing issues, the court treatment is never treated. And I want you to think of someone like that's a diabetic, or maybe someone that's obese. This is why we continue to see these people in the hospital every 3 or 4 months, costing us millions and millions of dollars, because the core issue is never treated. They are stabilized and then they are released. So the other thing I want to talk about are the red states, Republican-led red states that have blocked Obamacare in their states, or have just said outright they don't want it, they're going to deny it, they're going to do everything that they can to block it. Here's the deal. If the leaders of the state of South Carolina are okay with their citizens dying in the street for lack of care, I say so be it. It's about time that the red states and the citizens that elected these leaders start living under the very draconian measures that they have voted for. So to make this a little more understandable, Louisiana and Mississippi, the next time a hurricane blows through, there's not going to be any federal dollars for you. The next time that climate change causes a major drought in the states of Idaho and Nebraska and your corn crops are wiped out, Uncle Sam is not going to show up with a checkbook. And the next Category 5 tornado that we see blow through the state of Oklahoma, I'm sorry, FEMA's not available because you don't want any government intervention. So look, here's the deal. If you can't pay for it, you can't use it. It's time for red states to man up or shut up. Thanks so much. I'm Dawn Meifert and this has been Here's the Deal.